What up, Search fam? Sharde here. It's Tuesday. Grab your tea. Let's get started. Hello, my dear ones. Welcome back to the channel. Happy Tuesday. I hope your week is off to a great start and that, you're easing on in and that it's not too tumultuous. Lately, I've been thinking a lot about social media, and I made another podcast about sort of my struggle with social media, which I'll link up here if you haven't, listened to it. And it's no secret that I have continue to struggle with myself as an online presence and what to put myself into, how much of myself to show, all of those things. And lots of times I definitely want to recede back into the background. I don't want to put too much of myself out there, not for any other reason than it's just my disposition. Some people are made for being the sort of personality that's online, as is now, like the influencer, but I don't have that disposition. But I watched Michaela Coel's Emmy acceptance speech, and that thing really moved me. It resonated with me in such a big way, and it was just like, aha. I don't know if it felt like it was permission for me to be more who I am, or just like, validated how I was feeling, whatever. Anyway, let me insert a clip of what she said.
In a world that entices us to browse through the lives of others to help us better determine how we feel about ourselves, and to in turn feel the need to be constantly visible, for visibility these days seems to somehow equate to success, do not be afraid to disappear from it, from us, for a while, and see what comes to you in the silence.
She apparently, because I don't know, I don't, like, as much as I am not putting myself on social media, I'm not on social media very much. I don't know what's going on in the world. I don't keep up, mostly just to keep my own home frequency as clear as possible, because there's just a lot going on. So you got to pick and choose what you engage in. So for one, and I also did a podcast about that, I think, and I'll put that up there in the link in an info card as well. But apparently, and I did not know this, Michaela Coel disappeared from social media. And when you disappear from social media, everybody notices, right? Because we're so involved in the lives of others and have others involved in our lives that when somebody is no longer there, people realize it. So apparently she disappeared from social media, and she hadn't been on social media for at least a year, probably two. In that time, she had produced the HBO show I May Destroy You, which I haven't watched, but it's been on my list of things to watch. So now I'm definitely going to do that. I don't watch much TV, y'all. I be reading. That's what I be doing. But she produced this Emmy-winning show, which is what the acceptance speech was for winning an Emmy for this particular show. And she had just been working. She'd been quietly working. Nobody knew what she was doing day to day. And then she was able to produce something really important in that time. And I think it resonates with me because I've been thinking a lot about my own process, and we see a lot of people's businesses and their ventures happening in real time because of social media. But I do think it's important to also know when to step back and do like Lil Wayne said, real G's move in silence like lasagna. And that there are times, there's a season for everything. Maybe there are times when you're more vocal and more public about what you're doing, but also we have to have a certain level of discernment to know when we need to be quiet, We need to go in the lab. We need to cover ourselves and do things without the eyes of others on us. And it's not just to sort of keep us from opening ourselves up to other people's opinions when we don't need them, and to have them color what God is trying to do in what we're working on and how that is manifesting and like what we're up to. But also we need to take the pressure off of performing. And I think that is a thing that is so prevalent. It's like feeling like you have to perform. But also when you're on social media, you can feel like what you're doing is not enough, and you don't honor the timeline attached to your process, because everything we go through has a different development timeline, and we can't rush it because we see the highlight reels of somebody else's life and feel like we're not doing enough, because their journey is not ours. There might be lessons and things that we have to learn that take a little bit longer to get us to a more sustained success. And so it brought me back to Wayne, because he said it way back in the early 2000s about moving in silence. And people used to say that a lot when I was, in my 20s. So the fact that it's come back up for me is really funny. Full circle moment. But there's something to that, to protecting yourself while you are birthing your work, while you're birthing a better version of yourself, while you are in pursuit of the thing that your soul must have. Like, I just think it's so important to honor that sometimes you need not talk about what you got going. And in so doing, you give yourself room to really expand without the influence of these outside voices and forces coloring how you're supposed to approach whatever you're doing, whether it's your spiritual journey and you're connecting more, with your intuition, with your higher self. You're connecting more to God, you're connecting more to your ancestors, whether you are on a weight loss journey, whether you are on a fitness journey to, be a heavier lifter, whether you are starting a business, whether you are doing something like this, like you are starting the YouTube channel, or you have a blog, or whatever the thing is, there is highly likely a season where you need to be silent. Don't talk to anybody about it, and just be open to the only voices that you need to be open to are your own wisdom and intuition, and to the divine, so that you are moving in the ways you need to move. And there are also, that's not to say that there aren't seasons where, we're in collaboration, where we are getting help, and that even when we're being silent, that we're not being supported. Because that's not the case. Like, the things that I am working on right now, I feel more silent about, and I don't talk about very much. But those that are closest to me, my actual support system, they're aware enough to where they can be present for me. And if I need them to look over something, to read something, whatever, they offer that for me. But that's not for everybody else. That's for a few people. Those are the people that have been vetted and trusted in my life. And there have been times in certain things I have even not told my mother that I was working on until it was done. And it might be like that. And she's always surprised and extremely excited when it's finished. But she also does not think ill of me for not telling her as I was doing it. One, because my mom is one of those people, she's like, you grown, you gonna do what you gonna do. But also, she's always giving me the sort of space and freedom to just evolve however I'm going to. And I've been very thankful for that. Very, very blessed. But I say that to say to you as well, be very choosy and discerning on who is let in on your journey at any given moment. Maybe it is for you to share, maybe it's for you to wait, but you have to be, you gotta let your spidey senses work so you know what season you're in, so you're in the right place at the right time. That's all I got. That's all I was thinking about. And it has encouraged me that it's okay for me to be in stealth mode, man, because it's the season for it. And everybody don't need to know where you're going when you're going. They just need to know when you get there. I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful week, that peace not only finds you but follows you, and that you experience an assurance that you're doing the right thing, or if you're not in the right place, that you receive the signs and assurance that put you in the right place. All right, I'll see you in the next one.